Hi everyone, welcome to your practice today. I'm going to show you some handstand drills today that you can incorporate into your practice that will build your strength and your flexibility and even more importantly, that mental comfortability with standing on your hands. We'll start with a basic shoulder warm-up and then I'll show you some drills. So we will start on our mat in pose of the child. From your pose of the child, let's round the back and come up into hands and knees. And right away, I want to show you the difference between protraction and retraction. So at this moment, I have retracted my shoulder blades. My shoulder blades have come together behind me, and my heart has dropped towards the mat. That's retraction. Protraction is when I press the ground away and my shoulder blades wrap more to the outside of my upper back, and I can feel that my upper back is broad. So we'll do that again. So this is retraction, and this is protraction, and you can surely see the difference from there. So we're going to maintain this protraction, or you might hear me say pushing the ground away. So right away, let's do a plank with protracted shoulder blades. So here we are. I'm not here, I am here. And so we'll just breathe here for 5, 4, feel your upper back broad, 3, my belly is in, and I can even do this with my knees down if that's a little bit too much to have my knees up, and 1. And release. I'm going to turn my fingers towards my knees, and with my toes turned under, I'm going to just sit my bum back. So right here, I'm stretching my forearms and my wrists, and I'm breathing. And then gently come forward to release and sit back on your heels. So here's a couple more wrist openers. Just make circles in the wrists and go the other way. Do that same thing with your fingers clasped and go the other way. And stretch out right arm, palm up, keeping that elbow straight, pull the fingers back. And after a few breaths, release, palm down, and we'll stretch the top of the forearm. And release, left palm up, elbow straight, fingertips pull back. Breathing. And gently release, palm down, keep the elbows straight, and pull the fingers back towards you. And releasing, and just open and close the fists a couple times, really building strength and mobility in the hands. Good. And from here, just a couple more shoulder openers. I'll turn to face you. Right arm reaches up. Bend the elbow. You can take that left hand and pull that right elbow toward the midline. Another option, you might reach that left arm back and clasp hands. And so right elbow up, left elbow down. So building some flexibility in the shoulders. And we'll release and we'll go the other way. Left elbow bends, pulling toward the midline. Breathing here. And you might take that right arm back and use a strap if you can't make that bind palm to palm or finger to finger. You can even use your own shirt, or if you have a long ponytail, you can use that. And release, and one more. Right arm on top, left arm under. We'll press the palms, and I'm not just casually intertwining, I'm pressing the palm to palm, and I'm pressing my forearms together, and I can really feel that in my shoulders and upper back area. And release, and we'll go the other way. So I know I'm moving through these fairly quickly. You, of course, can take as much time as you like in each one. But I'm just showing you some openers and strengtheners, and finally some drills to incorporate into your practice. And release that down. Just sit a moment, feel that. And coming back into your hands and knees position, we'll push the ground away, protracting the shoulder blades. I'll turn the toes under. I'll keep the belly pulled in, and I'll hover the knees. And so once my knees come off the ground, take your shoulders a little further forward and press those fingertips into the ground. Your fingertips do a great deal in fine-tuning your balance in your handstand. So we are working on building intelligence in the hands and the fingertips. So you might just hover a little bit. If it's too much to do with your knees up, you can do this exact same thing with your knees down, just moving ever so slightly side to side, forward and back, using those fingertips, letting those fingertips respond to your action. If your knees are up, bring them back down. Sit back a moment, just let your hands rest. If you want to do that stretch with the fingers back towards your knees, you certainly can. And one more from here, come up onto your fingertips, turn your left palm up, fingertips toward the knees, and sit the bum back to get a pretty strong stretch in that left wrist. And come forward to release it. Do the other side. Right palm up, fingertips toward the knees, and sit back. And breathing here. And release it. All right, take a downward facing dog. So commonly in your sun salutations, you'll be coming out of a warrior one. So let's just pretend that in the midst of our sun salute, we've taken a warrior one, and now it's time to release it. So you could just release it, or you could incorporate this little drill into your salutation. Hands come to the floor, fingers are spread. Step that right foot maybe a third or a halfway back, and lean forward. Protract the shoulder blades and push the ground away. This might be enough, you just stay right here. The next stage of this would be to press into that right foot and lift the left. And remember, I'm protracting the shoulder blades and I'm leaning into the hands and I'm using my fingertips. This might be enough. The third step would be to soften that right knee bend and just take a few little hops. Don't think that you have to take that right foot high off the ground. Keep your left leg straight and your right knee bent. And you might find a moment of sticking your balance. Or you may not, and that's okay too. Come back into your down dog and we'll take it through on the left side. So we've done a salutation. We're coming out of a warrior one. We bring the hands to the floor. We spread the fingers. Step the left foot back. Lean forward into the hands. Protract the shoulder blades. And this might be where you stay. And you're focused and you're breathing, sending your weight forward. Next step, lift that right leg. Remember, this right leg is like an arrow and it's pointing back and eventually up. And this might be where you stay. Next step, bend that left knee and think about pushing the ground away with your hands and your left foot. Your right foot reaches for the ceiling. Now watch this. I'm going to take my shoulders not over my wrists. You see the difference between this and this? Back to downward facing. So that's one option. And take rest a moment. You might do a little counter stretch on the wrists while I show you the next one. So similarly, an exit out of a warrior one, or really any standing pose where you are then moving into a vinyasa or moving into your down dog. Let's say we've come from our warrior two and we're going to move through a vinyasa to the other side. So here's another way that you can do a little handstand drill. Hands come to the floor, same. Slide the right foot back, same. But this time, we're gonna lift that left leg and we're just gonna switch. And we're gonna start low. So it's like I'm almost jogging in place. So once you've got that basic idea, we're gonna go from here and land on the other foot. So we're just switching the legs in the air. Now, similar to that previous drill, if your shoulders are back behind your wrists, yours is gonna look like this. But if your shoulders are over your wrists, you're using your fingertips and you're protracting those shoulder blades, it might look something more like this. And take rest. And you might choose that counter stretch on your wrists. I'll show you one more. So let's say you're in a squat. You're in a malasana. And I'm gonna turn, no, I'll stay facing this way. Let's just say that you're in a malasana, a squat. Toes are turned out. Bring the hands to the floor. Lean into the hands. Lift the hips, round the back, and come all the way up onto the toe tips. And come back down into malasana. We'll do it again. Take a breath. Exhale, hands down. Lean your shoulders over your wrists. Lift the buttocks. Round the back. There's that protraction. Lift the heels. And come down. And we'll do that one more time, and we'll add on. There's always an add-on, isn't there? At least the option. Take a breath in. Exhale, spread your fingers wide, bring the hands down. Lean into the hands, round the back, lift the hips, lean into the hands, lift your heels. This might be enough, or lift one foot and tap toe to wrist. Put it down. Lift the heel, lift the foot, tap, and bring it down. One more. Lift, tap, and bring it down. Other side. Lift, tap, and bring it down. Now, you might have hands on a block here. If you want to work this and you need a block, that can be a great way to make this more accessible. Lift, tap, and bring it down. And we'll take Malasana. This time with backs of the hands together, fingers down. Another nice way to release the wrists. All right, you ready for the final handstand drill? We're going to come to stand. So press into the feet, come all the way up to stand. Come to the front of your mat. This one is the most dramatic. So when you're ready, spread your fingers, spread your toes, take your arms up. Look up between your hands and turn your palms up to the ceiling. Now, I'm going to take you into a fairly common shape that you'll see in your handstands, more of a banana shape. And so, what we're aiming for is hands above shoulders, above hips, above feet. So, I'm going to pull those ribs in, stacking my major joints, one on top of the other. And I'm going to keep those front ribs pulled in. I'm going to keep the belly pulled in. I'm going to just lightly engage the buttocks and squeeze them forward to counteract the muscle action of the front. And take a breath here and bring it down. And just pause a moment. We'll do one more time. From here, take the arms up. Palms up, and we're looking up between your thumbs. Press into your left foot and slowly bring that right thigh to the chest. Hold here. Now, if you were to turn me upside down, this should look familiar as to one of our very first handstand drills coming out of Warrior One. Take a breath, hands above the shoulders. Exhale, bring it down. Again, breathe in, right foot presses, keep the belly and the ribs pulled in, and begin to lift that left leg up. You might even slide the foot up that right leg. Holding here, gazing up between the hands. And bring it down and release it. And take a couple breaths, see how you feel. And let's return to the mat. So there you have it, folks. A few of my favorite handstand drills, as well as ways to open and stabilize the shoulders. The next time we do handstand drills, I'm going to take you to the wall, and I'll show you some positions there that will help build your stability and your flexibility. But again, most importantly, it will help you wrap your mind around the idea of standing on your hands. So I hope some of these were informative and useful. Incorporate them into your practice. Remember, it's not a goal-oriented practice. So try to let go of that idea of wanting to stick that handstand so bad. Non-attachment. Let it go. I practice handstands because it requires my absolute focus. I can't think about anything else if I'm working on my handstands. Also, handstands for most of my life were elusive to me. And the practice of handstands has helped me to reshape my idea of what I'm capable of, which is exciting to realize that you can do something that for many years you never thought you would be able to do. So I hope that this has been informative, inspirational, interesting, fun, and I hope that you incorporate them into your practice. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Namaste.